Alrighty, hello and welcome to the Wednesday night live reaction stream for Gameweek 30 while I am on wildcard, and it's now half time in the feature game, which means that the second half is going to be commencing for all the other games, but so far, so good. Marmoush has scored, Saka has scored, Gabriel got injured, Raya conceded a goal in the 94th minute, Southampton have shown up and Crystal Palace have yet to show up against Southampton, and Isaac has scored back in my team, and as per usual, my benching decisions have gone horribly wrong. Milenkovic is sitting there with 6 points on the bench, and so is Murphy currently. He's also with 6 points on the bench. So I'm well on track for another 20-odd points on my bench. As per usual, I can never seem to get my benching decisions correctly. It's highly frustrating, but it is unfortunately one of those things, and we just continue to roll with it week to week. And yeah, I suppose let's jump into it. Let's get the live reaction, like my live rank on the screen. And yeah, let's see what happens. We've now got to the halftime point of the Liverpool-Everton game as well. So yeah, that's also a thing. So we'll go with that. And there we go. There's the live rank on stage. So since yesterday, I've gone up to rank 913. So I've gained 12 places in rank so far today. But in reality, I need probably a Salah goal to make this worthwhile. So yeah, we roll with that and we hope for the best, really. Escape for the content, stay for the D. Hello, guys. Good. Well, for me, it's good morning. I've had 5 hours sleep today, so I feel quite refreshed. Well, yesterday I lived off about 3, but here we are watching the football. I've got to make sure I'm watching the football, otherwise I'm talking and people won't believe what I'm saying. I claim Gladman. Yeah, but if Foden comes on now as a sub and I'll lose him extra. Yeah, I know lots of people will be hoping Foden stays on the bench. I can't believe how good the card was last night, by the way. The card said Elanga was a really good pick, and he was amazing. And also, yeah, he was really good. And I obviously also have Palmer in my team instead of Foden, which has also worked out really well. So, again, that was exciting. I couldn't get in Saka, Murphy and Nico Williams. Oh, that's unlucky. That's really unlucky. Definitely unlucky. By the way, just let me know if my voice is not that loud. I'm actually doing this on my computer. I'm not sure if someone's next door in the another room or not, or if they're out the back. So if they're out the back, I can be as loud as I want. But if they're next door, I have to be kind of a little bit quiet. But hopefully, the sound is not too bad. Also, I actually thought the Liverpool game was half-time when I started this, but it's actually not half-time. It's Everton actually super unlucky not to be in front. Beto had a goal ruled out for like the tiniest little bit of offside. Yeah. And Liverpool have looked pretty bad, if I'm being brutally honest. They've not looked that good. Yeah, well, I always thought that Saka was likely to get minutes. With the way Arteta said yesterday, I just figured that, oh, wow, Everton have just missed another great opportunity. Akraz had a free header in the box and he's put it wide. Wow. All right, well, it's half-time in Everton and Liverpool now, so the Salah captaincy shout's not going that well. Anyone that captained Marmoush is looking pretty happy at the moment with 8 points, and that would be doubled to 16. I was tempted to go Marmoush captain. I just figured that Liverpool were going to get back into some sort of form here against Everton at home, but at the moment it's turned out that that's not the case at the moment. Put Kristanovic, seems like he's dead, so we'll swap in Nico Williams. Yep. Beto went out of my wild card and he could have scored 2 to 3. Yeah, I know, he could definitely have scored 2 to 3 already in this game. I think there was a little bit of luck involved with Saka. I'm not going to say that there wasn't, but I was originally brought him in because I was worried that Kluivert was not going to be playing, and it turned out that that was a really sound decision. So it saves me a transfer now. Don't have to worry about getting Kluivert out. I obviously got rid of Kirkez as well, and Ipswich have scored against Bournemouth. So that already feels like a pretty good decision based on what's happened tonight. Southampton, obviously, as usual, throwing a spanner in the works. How many times do we expect teams against Southampton to keep a clean sheet and Southampton score a goal? I feel like this happens every other week where we target Southampton. Yes, they concede a lot of goals. At the moment, they've conceded none. Surely Crystal Palace have to wake up in the second half. If they don't, I'd be absolutely shocked. Yeah, the second half for all these games are now back on. I'm going to have to sit there and follow along on Optus Sport. Yeah. I know. Kirk is selling, like, I feel it's been quite kissed, really. I think the good thing is that every man and his dog has Gabriel. So the Gabriel 1-pointer, as much as it annoys me and I really wish I'd played Milinkovic over Gabriel, hasn't really hurt that much because literally everyone on wildcard bought in Gabriel because they had the money for it. And the fact that he's done nothing is just, it's kind of lucky, right? It's very lucky. Also, the longer the way the games go on tonight, the more, if Cole Palmer pops tomorrow, will be such a massive differential. Now, obviously, there's a lot based on the fact that he plays and hopefully returns to some sort of form. But at some point in the future, he is going to jump back into form. And maybe tomorrow is the day when everyone has sold him and he just goes ham, pulls out like another 18-pointer from like earlier in the season. I mean, that would be massive, right? I bought in Kepa, so there goes my clean sheet. Yeah, I know. This is the problem. These teams at the bottom, you sit there and you think, sometimes you got to think that they can actually score goals. The problem is they don't know how to defend. And essentially that's the problem with a lot of these teams down the bottom. They can't defend, which is proving to be quite problematic. What would you change in my team? Gameweek 31 wildcard, Raya Edison. I think Ray is still a good keeper. I'm just not sure, man. I wasn't sold on Arsenal players at all. And the only reason why I bought him in is because we're expecting them to have double game week 33 and they've got Ipswich, which makes you think that that's a definite clean sheet. So I feel like you need at least one Arsenal defender. And originally I was just going to go with Raya and I was just going to not go with Gabriel. And I really wish now I'd not gone with Gabriel. But if he's fit, I'm not going to be transferring him out until game week 32. If he's not fit for game week 32, when I'm playing my bench boost, I'm selling him for someone that has a fixture in 34. I'm probably highly likely to bring in another Forest defender because Forest just seem to know how to keep clean sheets more than anyone else. So if I was betting on a clean sheet, my best bet, I think, would be to bring in another Forest defender. Yeah, I know. The thing is that Timber also looks like he's going to be injured, right? So I'm not convinced that Timber's a great shout either. So, yeah, I don't know. It's one of them weird ones. I think Timber's great if you had him because obviously got subbed off before 90 minutes, so he got the clean sheet. But I also wouldn't be expecting Timber to be brilliant, if that makes sense. Mazraoui, Livramento, Munoz. I'd get rid of Mazraoui, man. Man United are not keeping any clean sheets, and I'm a Man United fan, but you've got to get rid of him. Yeah, Sells, man. He's just elite. I don't know how like yesterday, Man United, to be honest, Forest were not the better team in that game yesterday. I watched the game, and it was frustrating. If Garnacho knew how to raise his head up and potentially actually shoot on target or actually pass a ball once in a blue moon, Forest probably would have conceded. I mean, Bruno Fernandes had a free header and probably should have scored with it as well. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you've got to look at the fixtures and go, Man United are they're 13th for a reason because they're pretty bad at football this year. And outside of Bruno, if Bruno has an off night, they're not doing anything. Like Rasmus Højlund is a joke of a striker for 72 million. Xerxes is a sideshow Bob. Lots of Man United fans think Xerxes is brilliant. I think he's crap. If you've got 2 goals and 1 assist in 30 Premier League games, that is just not good enough. And that's not worth 36 million in my books. And then Garnacho, I would have sold him for 60 million in January. The dude cannot pass. He doesn't get his head up and he takes the most pathetic low percentage shots. And people go, oh, Ronaldo was like that when he was younger. Ronaldo actually looked up and gave the ball occasionally. Garnacho never gives the ball. He either scores or he's just no good. There we go. That's my Man United rant over. Oh, mate, Alanga and... Yeah. Alanga's doing it. Alanga actually is a really good option. I'm actually thinking about bringing him in on 34 for Ismaila Sarr, because I don't think the Palace fixtures post 34 are really good. Even if they might double again, I think that Ismaila Sarr's fixtures in general aren't the best there. So for me, I think that potentially he might leave so I don't have to free hit in 34, and I really want to free hit in 38. Palace been poor. Yeah, I know. I looked at the stats in this Palace game. I was like, what is going on? Like, what are they doing? I think they've had one shot. Well, when I last looked, we're 53 minutes in. Yeah, so Palace have had 3 shots, 1 on target, 59% possession. What are they doing out there? Maybe Palace are just going to ultimately troll us. Everyone brings them in, post the thing. They look good in the FA Cup, and then they just suck in the league. That'd be bad, wouldn't it? So there's been no goals in the second half yet that I can see. Manchester City, though, I mean, Savinho obviously got the assist, so Savinho's looking half decent. It was a great assist, actually, for Jack Grealish. I'm just watching the goal back now. He's done some great work, and I can't believe Jackie Grealish has scored a goal. That must be his first Premier League goal in God knows how long. And the second goal was almost a Ruben Dias assist, but the goalkeeper sort of comes and then just spills it straight to Marmoush, and Marmoush just says, thank you very much. It was a really good finish by Marmoush, to be fair. I don't know why my rank's gone up to 900. Maybe, Jacob Murphy's lost 2 points. So apparently he must have had 2 bonus points and now he's lost them for whatever reason. That's interesting. Isaac's still on for 2 bonus points. So I wonder who's on 3. Maybe it's Pope and goal. I'm sticking a £10 on Palmer to score assist, and it's basically guaranteed with all the sells. Yeah, 100%. I feel like it's definitely got that feeling about it, and I think that's why I ended up going with him. Strand Larson again also, by the way. You got to play the fixtures with that. Southampton against Crystal Palace, man. I still don't know. Like, the Southampton goal was actually a really good goal too. But Henderson probably needed to get a better hand to that. He got his hand to it, just didn't do enough to keep it out. Frustrating. Restarting because I accidentally Gameweek 31 on wildcard Raya Anderson. Okay, all right. Livermeno, Mazraoui, Guardiola, Williams, Munoz, Gordon. I quite like the Gordon shout. Gordon over Murphy, but Murphy looks really good. Like, and he's already got an assist in this game. I'm not sure if Gordon's actually worth the extra 2 million, 2.4 million, 2.3 million it's going to be. Saka, Salah, Rogers, Marmoush, Mateta. I don't think there's many changes to be had. All I would say is if you're bench boosting in 32, you probably just want to get a cheaper goalkeeper like Verbruggen. Like Verbruggen's got Leicester in 32. Leicester don't look like scoring any goals. So you would think that potentially that's probably the best play there. And then again, I'd just swap out Mazraoui for a defender that either has a better fixture in 32 or 33 whenever you're bench boosting. If that's what your intention is, that's what I would do for that. Okay, yeah, Murphy to Alanga free hit in 34. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. See, Newcastle actually have a really good fixture in 34. They have Ipswich at home. So I'm expecting Newcastle to have a big win. So holding the Newcastle assets through 33 makes a lot of sense because they're going to be so good for you in 34. Then it is a look to get rid of them post 34. Their fixtures 35 to 37 are no good before they play Everton in the last game week of the season. So that's also needs to come into the line of thinking and the planning and stuff. There's been still no goals. Oh no, Rashford has just scored for Aston Villa, boys. The card knew he could match it. So I've had an Adringa goal in the 53rd minute, and Morgan Rogers has an assist, and Marcus Rashford has a goal. Slobbersla's going to return in the third half, mate. Second half, sorry. I'm telling you, the card knows. The card just knows these things. Rashford delivering the goods. Mate, I'm actually really tempted by Rashford. Like, he's the option that I want from Aston Villa. The fact that he's starting in front of Watkins again tonight, like Watkins is on the bench, I think. Yeah, Watkins is on the bench. Asensio's on the bench. Marcus Rashford has hit the form, I think, that we all knew that he had in him at Man United, but had just gone missing for 18 months or whatever. And now Marcus Rashford is back with a bang. I know. I saw your comment after I'd seen that Aston Villa had just scored, and yeah, mad, absolutely mad. I can't believe that Rashford's just scoring goals, mate. It's good. His price tag's going up, right? His price tag has to be going up. He's now scored 3 goals these last 2 games for Villa. He's playing for England again. There's so many things to like. I mean, it'd be brilliant if they could bring him back into Man United and he could actually be a footballer again for Man United. But I don't know. I think his days there are done. Yeah, I agree. That is the problem. I never gave him stick. I actually thought that he was just used poorly. He was surrounded by a bunch of fools that it's very hard to play with. I mean, like, how can you blame Rashford for the attitude he's got when he's surrounded by Garnacho, who never passes the ball, always shoots, doesn't look to play him in? And then you've got Højlund, who has got 1 goal in like 22 appearances, and then you've got Sideshow Bob next to you as well. That must be like so depressing to play alongside with. I don't think I'd even have a good attitude if I had to play with that every week. And I watch it every week. Ipswich 2-0. No way. Yeah, I'm not sure about Anthony. I think the problem with Anthony, he's a really good player in a slower league. And Spain is not an athletic league. It is a much slower paced league. And for that reason, I think that's probably why. All right, there we go. There's the points coming off. A point came off Marmoush then. So the ranks dropped down to 952. Probably the Rashford goals gone across the comp there as well. Bournemouth are dead, yeah. The Channel Goat, mate. He is the Channel Goat. All hail Peter. Let's whack this in. This is where are we? I need to get a card emoji. I need to get a card. I'm going to update a card emoji instead of the Haaland one. Since Haaland's dead for the season, I'm going to update it to the card emoji. I'll try and do that before the deadline stream on Saturday. That's the plan. Okay, wow. The Goal Rush stream is like behind because they're only showing me a ruled out. Oh, here we go. Well, I'm watching the Ipswich second goal now. Wow. What an easy goal. Liam Delap just found acres of space in the box and just punished Bournemouth's defence. What were Bournemouth doing? He just literally played the easiest 1-2 you've ever seen in your life and he's just smashed it home. Far out. That's mad. Absolutely mad. Yeah, triple pals this week. Not been a good... Yeah, I know. This is the problem. I mean, like, sometimes the fixture baits you in. Like Southampton, you target that fixture every single game week. Southampton, Leicester and Ipswich. At the moment, Bournemouth are stinking it up versus Ipswich. Southampton are dominating Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace just haven't shown up. And then obviously Newcastle, they're doing pretty well. Ideally, you probably would have hoped to have played the Newcastle triple up. And it might be one of these things that this weekend, Newcastle have Leicester away. Newcastle could easily stink it up against Leicester. And all of a sudden you're like, are you kidding me? And then the Palace assets dominate against Brighton at home. It wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, 31 points at the moment. It's not amazing. I mean, Cole Palmer's come. I mean, hopefully Mo Salah does something in the second half. Like, that would be nice. Marmoush has now lost another point, so he's down to 6. Interesting. So he's got no bonus at the moment at all. Guardiol is on track for a clean sheet, so that's slightly positive. Delap battered Chelsea last time out. Still gives it. Yeah, Delap's just such a good player, mate. Like, for what he is, he's just really good. Really good. Yeah, Brighton goal got written off, from what I'm aware. It looked like it was a goal, but now it's been ruled. I think it was ruled off for handball. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident that's what it is. All right, the Liverpool-Everton game has just got back underway. So let's see if Mo Salah can actually show up in the second half, because he didn't really do much in the first half. And there's all these rumours that, apparently he plays better when Trent's there, et cetera, even though I don't really rate Trent as a player, as everyone knows. But, yeah, maybe there's a world where Salah's going to go off the boil. He's definitely done nothing outside of penalties of late. But, yeah, we'll see. Liverpool just don't look at the races, man. Maybe Arsenal can come back into the title race. Liverpool dropping points tonight is actually really big for sucker owners, because I think if Liverpool drop points, Arsenal might be like, oh, maybe there's actually a chance we could win the league, and then they might start Saka, and that could be good for him. All right, Liverpool got an early corner, though, second half. Wow, Mateta subbed off, only 59 minutes played. That hurts. I was 950k start of the week, up to 705. I love the live stuff. It's the equivalent of seeing a defender at 6 points in 60 minutes and having to stress for 30 minutes on for the clean here. Yeah, I can't believe Mateta got subbed off on 59 minutes. That's mad. As if he got subbed off on 59 minutes. He could have walked a bit slower to the bench, right? I had a feeling that might happen. I feel like Mateta could be an absolute trap. I feel like Palace could be an absolute trap. But I feel like everyone's gone with him, so you've almost got to go with it. And maybe the ear thing is just bugging him. Maybe that's the problem, because Mateta always plays 90 minutes, right? And now he's gone back-to-back like almost 60-minute games. Let me have a look. I'm going to check his stats. Like, the dude plays 90 minutes most weeks. I don't understand. Like, he's been pulled off the last 2 games just around 60 minutes. Nah, I just think he's just been subbed off. I reckon it's probably because of the fact that they're protecting his ear. Maybe he gets uncomfortable and he's like, I'm done. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I can't see anything on here about an injury. They've just made a bunch of subs. Mitchell off, Klein off, Mateta off. I mean, it's annoying that he made it on 59 minutes rather than 60. That's a bit frustrating. But now I suppose we'll see. I'll be interested to see how Nketiah goes. Maybe they need to do something. I mean, losing 1-0 to Southampton is never ideal. I think it could be a low-scoring week, unless Salah starts scoring goals. So there's another goal in the Bournemouth-Ipswich game. Surely Bournemouth have scored a goal. Yeah, Bournemouth have scored a goal. It's a Van Linson with a goal. A Van Linson goal. There's a penalty in Newcastle versus Brentford as well. Penalty in Newcastle versus Brentford. Not sure who that's for yet, but it's just flashed up on the screen. There's a penalty in the no, there's no longer a penalty in the Newcastle Brentford game. It's a goal. All right, so Mbuemo penalty, that hurts the rank. Mate, it's probably a Wissa. Wissa probably won it. Nah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. It's definitely a Brentford goal. It's 1-1. Wissa drew a penalty as well. So Wissa gets the assist. Unbelievable. The Brentford boys continue to deliver. Man, that's mad. I can't believe that. It's actually going to hurt the rank quite a lot. Because and Mbuemo's one of my rank killers this week at my rank. So lots of people that haven't wildcarded yet still have Brian Mbuemo, and he continues. Brian Mbuemo just returns. He's a return machine. Interesting results all round. What's going on here? It said there's a goal. Now there's back to a penalty. What's going on in that game? Yeah, it's definitely. I know. I took Mbuemo and Wissa out on wildcard as well. I mean, the play made sense. They've got horrible fixtures, but if Brentford score a goal, those two are always involved. It's a bit like when Man United score, you expect Bruno Fernandes to be involved. So it's one of them weird ones. All right, Guardiola's 6 points has come on. Look at my bench now. Jacob Murphy, 6 points. Milinkovic, 6 points. Burns, 6 points. Verbruggen, 2. That's 20 points again on the bench. 20 points again on the bench. That's mad. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. Oh, Everton are almost in. This is goal stands, yeah. Can't believe it. Valentin goal. It's all happening. All the assets that everyone sold are all delivering points. I wonder if there's a world where you just keep the Brentford assets. Like you just keep Brian and Buemo. I mean, like the fixtures are not good. I'm like looking at the fixtures now. They're not good. I might actually lose to a guy in this head-to-head league I've got that's not on wildcard, but he has the Brentford boys. That's actually ridiculous. I mean, it's a pretty tight run thing. He's also got Rodgers. I mean, his team's... that's the thing. If Brentford did well against Newcastle, it was always going to be a good week if he didn't wildcard. And now that Brentford have actually scored a goal, it's actually working out quite well for people. A lot better than I would have thought. Oh. That was almost a goal for Liverpool. Yeah, Brian Mbuemo, definitely a rank killer at my rank. So that's really frustrating that he's got a goal. I suppose the worst thing is that he could get up to 9 points. No, he could get up to 10 potentially with the goal. It just depends on who. Isaac's lost a bonus point. Dan Burns obviously losing the clean sheet as well. So I'm interested to see what that updates to. I'm not leaving as many points on the bench anymore, which is good. All right, Everton are away again. Oh, no, that's a bad ball. That's a bad ball. What? They took him off? What is going on with tonight's games? Why would you take Murphy and Isaac off? That's really weird. Oh, yeah, Callum Wilson on 66 minutes. Jacob Murphy off. Joe Willock on 66 minutes. Well, that's their game's done. That's some weird moves there. Oh, what is Pope doing, man? I've just seen the penalty. What is Nick Pope doing? What is he doing? I'm glad I didn't buy Pope. That's frustrating. That was never going to be a problem either. And Pope's literally just given away the dumbest penalty you've ever seen in your life. What's he doing there? Yeah, I know. Palace off the Palace boys. I don't know. Mateta off. Southampton, could they actually get a win? That's just unbelievable. I can't believe that they're looking at potentially getting a win. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. Mad. Just mad. Well, I'm literally relying on a Cole Palmer mega haul tomorrow night at the way things stand. It's so annoying because I feel like this week was a week where if you go early on wildcard, you get the points. So Marmoush and Guardiola and Man City assets delivering. Everyone else that you went for, other than Isaac and Murphy, they've been all right. But Crystal Palace assets have sucked and they've had Southampton. I don't know what that means for like later on in the week, but it's definitely not ideal. Let's have a look at the bonus points in that game. 15. Oh, okay. View match information. So Isaac's leading the way with the bonus points still. 28. And Mbuemo's got 21. Jacob Murphy's got 22. Trippy's got 22. That's interesting. Don't know how that's possible. Trippier could be an option. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, can Salah actually deliver? Salah assist? No. I got it wrong. I thought I was going to a Liverpool player, but it didn't go to a Liverpool player. It went to an Everton player. It looked like it was about to be an assist, but it wasn't. Looks like Liverpool have finally woken up. Mikalenko apparently might be going off, or is he on? I don't know. Something's happening. Apparently there's a forced change coming for Everton or something. I mean, I'm still inside the top 1K, even with the Brian Mbuemo goal. So, but they haven't updated it yet. So, Burn. It's a goal for Jota. Jota's just scored for Liverpool. I'm not sure who got the assist, but it's not a Salah assist. He's not involved. It's a Jota goal, though, for Liverpool. I wonder who it's a cross. Yeah, it's a Jota. Who crossed that? I was only just saw it out of the corner of my eye when I was looking at someone else. There we go. Man, I've actually dropped rank now this week. 1,052 mad. Cole Palmer's literally going to have to resurrect me. That Brian Mbuemo Worcester combo has killed me. Diaz. Mate, Luis Diaz. You never know when you're going to get from him. Oh. Will they rule that out for offside? There's a goal in the Newcastle-Brentford game. I'm scared to look who it's for. I'm scared to look who it's for. Oh, Tonali goal, thank God. I'll take a Tonali goal. I was like, I do not want another Brian Mbuemo goal, mate. I'll start crying. My rating in the top 1K over already after like one day. Well, okay, apparently Diaz is not considered offside, even though it really looked like he was offside, but they're playing it on. Well, yeah, the fact that Mbuemo has not got... the fact that Newcastle are now winning that game would suggest to me that he's not going to get any bonus. He wasn't getting any bonus before. Like, Isaac's on 3 bonus points at the moment. That's probably going to change now that Tonali scored, I would suggest. Oh, wow. That's a weird goal. Tonali's just smashed across him, it looks like, and it's just gone. I think it's a Barnes assist. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. That was such a weird goal from Tonali. It's literally a cross that's just gone straight in. He's definitely not meant that. I mean, the keeper probably should be doing better. What's his name? Flecken should have saved that. It's literally gone straight through him. Literally gone straight through him. Tonali. Tonali's actually a pretty decent player, to be fair. Let's have a look at that game now. It's, where are we? Harvey Barnes assist. I was right. I thought it looked like a Harvey Barnes assist, and it is. I'm surprised that Man City, have they made any changes yet? Let's have a look. Manchester City have made no changes to their lineup. What are the odds of Phil Foden coming on for like 1 minute? So Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, they're all on the bench. McAtee and Bob. Bob's back on the bench, man. That's another option for City. That's another option for Pep Roulette. I mean, there's every chance that Marmoush gets benched on the weekend and Phil Foden starts up top, I reckon, against Man United. Maybe that's why they're not playing tonight. I'm not sure. Wouldn't surprise me, knowing Pep. He's very good at doing those kind of things. Asensio goal. Mate, Villa, they're brilliant. Who got the assist for the Asensio goal? Let's have a look. It doesn't say at the moment. Oh, no, John McGinn. John McGinn with the assist. John McGinn with the assist, mate. John McGinn. You can't rule that man out. Villa are just blessed with so many good assets. Amazing. Oh, wow, this is a full-length goal as well from Villa. I mean, this is why I don't want to start Milinkovic on the weekend against Villa, because Villa actually can attack quite well. Oh, wow. Asensio, I can't believe... How good has Aston Villa's loan market been in January? Asensio and Rashford and Disasi on loan, and they're all just dominating. Asensio can't stop scoring. Rashford can't stop scoring. All right, my rank's gone up now to 1,020, so it's actually still gone up what it was. Oh, now it's a VAR check in the Brighton-Aston Villa game. No, that's a McGinn assist, apparently. That's what they're recording on the Premier League website anyway. But yeah, I didn't think it looked like McGinn. VAR doing some checking there. Who's on the VAR tonight? Because they've already ruled one goal out in that game. The goal's given. 13 points of Villa on the bench. Oh, nah, that hurts. I mean, the benching decisions this week are just... It's so hard to get benching decisions right. It's so frustrating. Like 6-6-2 on the bench. It's still 14... I've still got 16 points on the bench. It's going to be 15 because Verbruggen's going to go down to 1 unless he's made a boatload of saves. Aston Villa are just a good football team. Like Aston Villa, great football team. Crystal Palace are about to lose to Southampton. This is what happens when Alan goes and watches Palace live. They don't win. So I'm blaming Alan for this. He's 100% gone there. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, Milinkovic and Murphy, as much as I'm annoyed that they're on the bench, that is part of the bench boost plan. So hopefully the week that they're on the bench when I do play bench boost, inevitably knowing my luck, the week I play my bench boost, I'll get like 6 points on my bench. And like the weeks either side of it, I'll have like 20 and 20. Put money on it right now. It's 100% going to happen. And I'll like the fixtures, I'll be playing the fixtures and the fixtures just won't go the way I expect them to go. Well, the good news is that at the moment, hopefully Salah can get a goal or some sort of return here. Tomorrow, I will go back inside the top 1K because Cole Palmer inevitably will play. And that will definitely send me back inside, I think. I hope. Oh, Isaac's lost a bonus point. That hurts. This is why we need a Salah goal. Yeah, I just think that the free hit 38 is like... everyone's drafts are going to be the same, right? And I feel like free hit 34, because of the fact I've gone half in on like the plays for like the doubles, I think that I can navigate free hit 34 when everyone's going to be free hitting with half a decent team and probably not lose out as many points as what people would think. And then it allows me just to change my team then for the fixtures between 35 and 37. And then I free hit all the good assets in on 38. Like Bournemouth, so Arsenal have Southampton in 38, but their fixtures before then, 37, 36 are against Liverpool, against, I think, Chelsea as well. Like, they're not easy fixtures. Newcastle are very similar. They have pretty bad fixtures after 35, but they have Everton in 38, which looks like a really good fixture. So I'll target them in 38. There's a lot to like about the free hit 38 play. Oh, 22 points on the bench. No way. Mad. Yeah, it's mad. The points on the bench, man, it just hurts. You're like, oh, mate. Especially when you've got players on your field like Gabriel and you're like 1 point. I mean, and then the Palace assets, very disappointing. Like, very disappointing, but it is what it is. Just need Salah to, like, get a goal or do something in this game, please. Yeah, I know. So Palmer tomorrow, I'm all on board. If Palmer can get a hat-trick tomorrow, I would love it. You know, part of me yesterday was sitting out. There was a world where I thought about captaining Palmer just for the lols, and I thought everyone's going to be captaining Salah, right? I kind of wanted to go against Salah, but at the same time, I was like, oh, surely Liverpool have got to find some form. But I haven't been impressed with the way they've played tonight. But I suppose we'll see how it turns out. There's still plenty of time. Salah generally scores most of his goals between 70 and 90 minutes anyway. So just because he hasn't done anything yet doesn't mean that he won't. Yeah, you went with Marmouche. You're looking pretty happy at the moment. Marmouche is on 8 points, doubled to 16. That's looking pretty good. I'd take 16 over 6 all day long. It's funny though, when you think about it, it's really only a difference of 5 points. So like, as much as it's a nice bonus 5 points, it's a shame it's not more, if that makes sense. Have City made any changes yet? Have they bought anyone on? Have they bought anyone off? Let's have a look. Because their games have almost got to be over, right? Manchester City, have they made any changes? Man City, Doku's off for McAtee. Have they made any other changes? No, it's just Doku that's come on for McAtee. It's Doku that's gone off for McAtee. I mean, all the Foden owners at the moment are just praying that he doesn't come on. I'd be so pep roulette if he brought him on for like 2 minutes, man. Honestly. I think if he hasn't brought him on at this point, he's probably not bringing him on. Would be my guess. Still can't believe Southampton are winning 1-0, man. Who would have foreseen that? Crystal Palace will now have table bonus against... Oh, no, they won't. Brighton are also losing, aren't they? So Brighton are 8th, Fulham 9th, Bournemouth 10th, Brentford 11th, Crystal Palace 12th. Yeah, they've only got 4 spots. That's annoying. So Glasgow won't have table bonus against Brighton. If Man United had won yesterday, they would have had table bonus. But alas, they did not. Yeah, that's annoying. That's very annoying for owners. Obviously, if Newcastle Brentford draw, no, it still doesn't make any difference. Brentford, they're still not going to have table bonus. So Glasgow won't have table bonus in 31, but he'll have it in 32 and 33. Oscar Bob is on for Savinho. Marmouche has just had a shot saved. It's all happening. Is Phil Foden going to be brought on for a minute? I mean, 6 points off the bench for Murphy is pretty good if you've got it. Like, I'd take 6 points. I'd take 6 points for Mateta at this point. It's a shame Mateta didn't have a rest. Yeah, I was going to start Bob at the start of the season, but then obviously he broke his leg. Yeah, I agree. It's a weird, considering it's a massive wildcard week. The points in general, I mean, the points are always made up if you've got a good captain. Like, if you get a good captain, like Bruno Fernandes got 34 points for me last week. Like, double 17 is mad. Like, that makes up almost half your score. When the captaincy doesn't go big, your score always feels really low. Even though I look around the team, I'm like, all right, well, my defense have sucked. Raya, Munoz, and Gabriel combined for 5 points. Guardiol's got 6, so that's nice. Sarr 2 points, Mo Salah 6, Saka 8, Marmoush 8, Isaac 8, Mateta 1. Like, there is a lot of blanks on there. All the Palace boys are just blanking. 25 points on the bench, damn. I thought my benchings were bad. That's really not ideal. 25 points on the bench, man. Oh, no good. No good, no good. Surely there's going to be some action in here for Salah at some point. Surely. We're almost into injury time in these other games. Can anyone tell me if Phil Foden's warming up on the bench? or if he's got the queue in the rack? Yeah, I know. Bruno Fernandes was unbelievably good. Like, he was unbelievably good. Well, the good news is that now... Oh, far out. Okay. Rodgers is on 9 points. Rodgers did get that second assist. Damn. I'm actually losing my head-to-head against a bloke that didn't even wildcard this week. And he's got Rodgers and Buemo and Wissa. That sucks. How am I losing to a guy that's not even on wildcard? In fact, a lot of the people that haven't wildcard are actually getting more points than wildcard teams. Unless, of course, you captain Marmoush and then you're looking pretty good. Oh, man, I can't believe I'm going to lose to this bloke. I need Cole Palmer to show up tomorrow night and just go ham. Essentially. That's what I need. Morgan Rogers, the ultimate troll. Everyone sells him on wildcard and then he delivers with 2 returns. Emilio Martinez is actually on 3 bonus points, by the way. Rogers is on 2. Pau Torres and Rashford are on 1 each. Martinez. How many saves has he made? Oh, he's made 4 saves. Okay. I kind of get it. Interesting. And Buemo's not getting any bonus, I don't think. Yeah, nah, he's definitely not getting any bonus. So the bonus in the Newcastle game is Tonali 41, Isaac 28, Jacob Murphy 22. So Murphy's going to get 1 bonus. Tonali's going to get 3 and Isaac's going to get 2. All right, Mateus Franca or whatever, Palace have just equalised in the 90th minute, but it's no one that we want. And I don't even know who got the assist, but I don't even know who the bloke is that assisted it. Some random bloke. Oh, Lerma. There you go. Lerma. Unbelievably bad. That doesn't help anyone. All right, where was I looking at? All right, so this guy's going to go up to 50 points. I'm going to go up to 44. I need Cole Palmer to get at least 6 points tomorrow to beat this guy, and this guy is not on wildcard. That is going to be hard work. Cole Palmer better show up tomorrow, man. If he doesn't show up tomorrow, I'm going to be gutted. But the card knew, pick Palmer over Foden. Surely that's not a Palmer 2-pointer over Foden. So I've got faith in the card. The card never gets it wrong. Yeah, simple, chili. I love it. Do we need group therapy? Yeah, nah. I don't think it's that bad. I think most people are still going to wildcard this week to very similar teams. It's just Palace have sucked. Like, if you look at the points today, what sucked? Gabriel getting injured, Raya going off, and Palace stinking it up. Like, if Palace hadn't stunk it up, the wildcard is actually super good this week, and Mo Salah obviously disappointing. So, in reality, it's just Crystal Palace sucking against Southampton that's made the wild card look not good. But most other people probably bought Palace assets in this week anyway, thinking, oh, they've got Southampton, I need a Munoz, I need a Mateta or whatever, and none of them have done anything. It's just one of them weird ones. Wow. Oh, man, imagine if that had happened. Foden came on for the 92nd minute. Yeah, I know. Timber instead of Gabriel, all these things. Should have gone back to Timber. I said that of all the Arsenal defenders, I liked him the most because of the fact that he's the cheapest. Oh, my rank's actually gone down now. Sad times. Minus 16 spots. Oh, it's because Marmoush's gone up to 3 bonus points now. That's why. And all the people that captained him have gained a few points on me. I come on Salah. I need a goal, mate. But this is the problem, right? Like, so many people around me wildcard and we all have the same drafts. But obviously Saka was a differential because I went early and he got 8 points. And then my other differential's Cole Palmer. So if Cole Palmer pops tomorrow, I'm going to go up quite highly. But if he doesn't, I'm going to stay exactly where I am. I know. It's weird. There's still a few minutes left in that Palace game, but I think most of our assets aren't even in the game anymore. Poor Southampton, man. They can't buy a break. Southampton have definitely conceded a lot of shots in the second half. 8 shots with 2 on target in the second half for Palace. Klein, Mitchell, Munoz, Wharton, Mateta all subbed off. So the only asset that's actually playing at the moment in that game is Sarr. Yep, mad. I still think that they're the right Palace assets. I mean, who would I have had instead of Mateta if I hadn't gone Mateta? I wouldn't have gone to a Valenson because I think Bournemouth's run's rubbish after this week. Strand Larson, ditto. Ipswich have beaten Bournemouth, by the way. It's just finished there 2-1. Man City versus Leicester has finished 2-0. So not a massive result there. It'll be interesting to see if Newcastle do more damage against Leicester than what Man City did. It's going to be interesting, that. Phil Foden, man. I think the good news is you would expect Phil Foden to start against Man United now. I think that's almost a lock. You would expect him to start against Man United. And you'd expect that Kevin De Bruyne is going to start against Man United as well. So I'd be pretty confident with them. I would also expect Marmoush to probably start because he's really their only recognised striker. I could end up exactly the same rank this week that I was last week. There's no movement at all. Still can't believe how much Liverpool are struggling against Everton. Like, I understand that it's a Merseyside derby. You just feel like Liverpool, with a couple of weeks off, they'd come back and they'd only got the one competition to focus on and they'd they haven't really looked that good. I think they're definitely running out of legs. But I think, luckily enough for them, they're far enough in front that it's okay. Cheers. Let's hope Cole Palmer shows up tomorrow night. I'm going to hang around for the next 10 minutes, watch the end of this Liverpool-Everton game. And man, 10 minutes of injury time in the Brighton-Aston Villa game. 8 minutes in Newcastle-Brentford. And Southampton-Crystal Palace is all over. 1-1. That is finished. Southampton pick up their first point in what feels like forever. And Crystal Palace do a classic no-show. The trolls of the FPL world this week are Crystal Palace. Nah, not all the outmatches. Newcastle versus Brentford still going 2-1. Salah's in! Salah's in, you idiot! Oh, pass the ball. Luis Diaz just burnt Salah hard. He sat there and took a low percentage shot. And Salah was open for the pass. And Diaz just didn't give it. He didn't give it. Yeah, Brighton versus Aston Villa is still going. It's 2-0 there to Aston Villa. And Newcastle is still leading Brentford 2-1. And there's 8 minutes of injury time there. I'm on the west-hand side, so it's currently 4:42 in the morning. Oh, there's a goal in the Brighton-Aston Villa game. All right, Marlon's got the third goal for Aston Villa. It's a Marlon goal. I don't know who assisted the goal, but it's not anyone that anyone's got. I can tell you that much. Because I didn't recognise who it was. Maybe it's McGinn this time, I'm not sure. Maybe it's Asensio, actually. Maybe Asensio assisted it. I'd have to re-look at it. Everton diving in the box. Ashley Young doing his best impressions to try and win a penalty. He's such a diver, Ashley Young. He was a diver at Man United. He's still a diver now. Also, there's only 3 clean sheets this week. No, 4 or 5. Wolves kept a clean sheet, didn't they? And so, mate, 8 Nori kept a clean sheet. Can you believe that? I sold 8 Nori because this bloke is a joke and he keeps a clean sheet. Oh, mate, my rank's really tanked now. 1,113. Not ideal. It's because all those Phil Foden non-subs have come in and Jacob Murphy's points have come off the bench. Disgusting. All the games are full time now except Liverpool versus Everton. So Southampton finished 1-1 against Crystal Palace. Newcastle beat Brentford 2-1. Aston Villa won 3-0 against Brighton. Man City beat Leicester 2-0. And I'm missing someone. Ipswich beat Bournemouth in a shock 2-1. Asensio got the assist. See, man, this is killing my rank. This is all these assets. Cole Palmer's got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Let's put it that way. Play Sully, you Wally. Mate, Everton just defending really well. Like Liverpool have had a fair bit of the ball, but just Salah hasn't really looked lively at all. At all. Good thing I made the video today because I may not be back in the top 1K after this week. I feel like this was the week to make some actual rank playing wildcard early as well. It hasn't turned out that way. That Brentford goal, I blame the Brentford goal, that one Brentford goal. has put a dent in my plans. Oh, what? Diaz captain? Far out. That's a bit risky. This is the time of the year, though, where people do random captaincy calls. And sometimes it comes in massively, and then other times you're like, and then other times it just sucks. Oh my God, Darwin Núñez. Is it a penalty? Has Pickford just given away a penalty? I'm not sure what's going on here. Something's happened. All right, something's going on here. I think that... I'm not sure what's going on here. I have to watch a replay. It just all sort of happened. So what happened? Oh, so he'd already called the foul on Szoboszlai. And then Darwin Núñez has gone in. Pickford would have 100% given away a penalty as well. How unlucky is that? It was 100% a penalty. Unfortunately, the ref has already blown his whistle on Szoboszlai, on the foul on Szoboszlai. If that had not been the case, it was 100% a stonewall penalty. Pickford would definitely have given one away. And that's what confused me, because I was like, it looked like a penalty. And it would have been, but I think the ref has blown his whistle prior to the interaction. That's actually mad. Nah, I don't think it is. Even though Pickford's going to get booked for it. What? Hold on. How did Núñez get a yellow card? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what game I'm watching. How's that a yellow card for Núñez? Can someone tell me how that's a yellow card for Núñez? I've got no clues. That is really bizarre. I do not know what's happened here. Other than the fact that Liverpool got given a free kick, it got played on, and everyone was playing like the ref had not blown the whistle, and then Pickford's cleaned up Núñez, which would have been a stonewall penalty, but Núñez somehow got booked. I've got no clues what's going on there. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. I'm not sure. That's very odd though. Very odd business. That was such a bizarre interaction. I mean, how did the game play on that long? I don't know. Man, 1,229 now. These points off the bench are killing me. My post-sub rank lost 200 spots to post-sub rank. Why couldn't Gabriel have not played? I could have Milinkovic's points. Ironically, I'm pretty confident in wildcard 12, my rank actually went down as well. Like the week I played my wildcard. And I was like, are you kidding me? How? And then the week after, it started going the other way. So maybe it's one of them ones. I really do like the look of Marcus Rashford, though. If Rashford starts to get on the weekend, I could be tempted to bring him in for 32. I was 1,054, so I've gone down 175 spots. It's not the end of the world, but it's kind of annoying. But it is what it is. You can't have a green arrow every week. It's physically impossible. I'm due a red one, to be fair. I've had a lot of green of late. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm thinking, like, tomorrow, no one's going to have anything in that game except Cole Palmer. Unless you own Cole Palmer, you've got nothing. I mean, some people might have still owned Kukurea. If they bought him in prior to wildcarding this week, they might have Kukurea. But other than that, no one else has got anything. Maybe a few people have Enzo Fernandez, but are they really going to be playing Enzo Fernandez this week? I don't think so. Yeah, I think the team is set up for what I want to do. Gabriel injury, obviously not ideal. But like part of me was like going, in 32, I could move Gabriel to an Aston Villa defender because I have Southampton. But I just feel like Southampton are one of them teams. Every time I sit there and pick a defender that plays against them, Southampton scores. So it's like the one fixture I'm scared about actually picking a defender against because it makes sense on paper to pick them and then they just don't do a very good job. 54 all out. That's not bad. It's pretty good, actually. The card flip for Rashford, I know, man. He knows his stuff. See? There's someone with Enzo and Palmer left. What rank are you, Akshay? Enzo and Palmer. I feel like, ironically, my live rank pre-subs is actually higher than what it was last week. So like, I feel like Cole Palmer's points tomorrow are definitely probably going to give me a pretty grey arrow, I reckon. Mo Salah's just gone off as well. So there's no chance for a Salah return here, so he's going to be out on 6 points. Mate, that'd be brilliant. If Enzo assists Palmer a couple of times, I'll be here for all for it. Bournemouth a fixture to target. Could be moving forward 100%. Bruno Fernandes in 34. Looking pretty good with that Bournemouth game. 50k. Oh, you're well set then, mate. Yeah, it's going to be a low scoring week. I think I might even be below the average now for this week, potentially. Those Palace assets just stunk it up. Like they stunk it up. And I think the captaincy has also played a big part. Like it's an extra 6 points you would have got if you'd captain Marmoush over Salah. That's actually quite a big difference. A lot of other people probably went with some rogue captains as well. So a lot of people probably captained Isaac. I'm definitely going to be probably captaining Isaac against Leicester. I can't see a world where I don't captain Isaac now, based on the way that Salah's played tonight. And I actually would argue that Fulham's better defensively than what Everton are. So, mate, this referee needs to get out of the way. So my Navigate 34 is pretty simple. So the team you can see there is... So Gabriel will definitely leave the team for 32 if he's not available. And he'll probably become another Forest defender. Then in 34, with my 3 other transfers, it will be Mateta out for Cunha. So Cunha's got Leicester in game week 34, and he's going to be fit and available then because his suspension will be over. And then I'm going to get rid of Saka, and Saka may well become Bruno Fernandes. And then my other move will be another defender, probably likely that it'll be Munoz. And it'll be Munoz for... I had worked out this earlier on. Like Robinson's got a really good fixture because they've got Southampton, but then the fixtures after that aren't the best. It could be that I go with like a Dallo or someone like this in that fixture. Or I might go with a Brighton defender as well. So that's also a possibility. Brighton have a fairly decent fixture. They've got West Ham United at home in 34. And then their fixtures post then aren't too bad either. That will give me 11 players exactly. And then I just roll the dice and hope that it matches up with a free hit draft. And then on game week 38, I just play the fixtures and hope that I can get some massive points to hopefully finish inside. Well, the aim was to finish inside the top 10k, so that's still the aim. Obviously, the next few weeks is going to be difficult because lots of people will be playing the assistant manager chip in game week 31 to 33. So there's quite a few people around my rank, I'd imagine, that are playing that. So that's points I'm going to be going up against. And with the way that certain teams are playing at the moment, there's going to be a lot of points on offer. Also, I think Aston Villa, they were going to be playing Forest, I think, this weekend, but they're not going to have table bonus anymore because they've just beaten Brighton 3-0, and I think they've gone too high. So there's no table bonus on offer for Crystal Palace or Aston Villa this weekend, if I've got it right. I could have that wrong, so I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll double check that in a second, actually. Brighton is so swing and miss. We're on a brilliant run now, lost 3-0, 7-0 flashbacks versus Forest. Are they going on an unbeaten running now again? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Brighton are a hard team to read. That's why I didn't bring in any of their assets. Like, even though their fixture run looks really good, Brighton have that kind of game in them where they can be kind of disappointing. I'm going to see if I can look up the table after this. Murphy's lost a bonus point as well, by the way. He's gone down to 5. 11, 13, 14 points on the bench this week. Oh, that's not too bad. Standard 14 points. If I'm not leaving, if I don't have normally 2 blokes always return on my bench. So again, that happened. I guarantee on the weekend I'm going to play all my Newcastle assets. I'm going to bench Sarr for Murphy, and I bet you Sarr returns on the weekend. Put money on it right now. Maybe I should bench Salah. Maybe that's the play. Let's have a look at this. Hold on. How's this going? Salah, Mamouche, Mateta, Isaac, Eze, Bruno. All right, it hasn't gone that well. Let's go to the table. Liverpool. All right, so the games have ended. Aston Villa is playing Nottingham Forest. No, they've won, so there's no table bonus there. Crystal Palace against Brighton, no table bonus because they lost. That's unfortunate. What are the fixtures this weekend? Fixtures. So fixtures this weekend, it's Everton versus Arsenal. You could play it on David Moyes. They'll have table bonus. West Ham against Bournemouth. I mean, I did say Graham Potter against Bournemouth actually is probably a pretty good shout for table bonus this weekend. If system manager chip, I think that's the one I'd go with. West Ham against Bournemouth, 100%. And then that doesn't have it. That doesn't have it. Fulham against Liverpool will have it. I mean, that's a sneaky shout. Southampton against Spurs. Could Southampton get something against Spurs? Probably. Man United against Man City. I have no faith in Man United, so based off that, I just can't recommend it. I can't recommend it at all. It just doesn't feel like it's going to happen, that game. Leicester against Newcastle. So Captain Isaac. So I'll have him. This will be interesting because all the Newcastle assets will be playing on Tuesday, the 8th of April, which is Monday night football. These are just in Australian times. All right. That's pretty good. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been a lot better, but it is what it is. Salah, disappointing as captain, definitely not good. Got to be West Ham versus Bournemouth. I agree, 100%. If you've got your system manager chip, I think Graham Potter, it's worth a transfer every week, the system manager chip. So for me, Graham Potter. So the thing is, everyone that wildcarded him 30 will play the system manager chip 31. Because if you didn't wildcard him 30, you can't play it this week. You can only play it 32 to 34. So if you're wildcarding this week, you can adjust your squads accordingly. I still think this is the squad that looks really good, with minus Gabriel, obviously. But Palace, I mean, they've got that performance in them, and they've been on a really good run of form. It was inevitable that it was going to come crashing down against Southampton, I suppose, on reality. But it is one of them things. Hopefully tomorrow, the Cole Palmer show shows up and gets me back up on a green arrow. Would be nice. I mean, I'm pretty confident that if Cole Palmer gets a return tomorrow, I'm back inside the top 1K. I'm pretty confident. I'll just double check that because I could be making that up, but I'm pretty confident I'm correct. Let's have a look. I am, when this loads, I'm on a red arrow by 4 points. So I need Cole Palmer to get 1 bonus point in a clean sheet tomorrow, and ideally he gets a goal and I'm sweet. That's what it comes down to. I need him to do something. So of my rank killers, Cliver got 0, Kirkes got 1, and Mbuemo got 8. And then obviously the captaincy shout hurt me as well. So that was not ideal. Yeah. But Cole Palmer's still to come. So if Cole Palmer can get back to some kind of form, it's going to be green arrow. It will be inside the top 1K. So it literally all comes down to Cole Palmer tomorrow, whether this is a green arrow or pretty much a grey. I mean, it's so close. I mean, my live rank pre-subs is actually 3 places better off than it was at the start of the week. Post-subs, I'm down 160 spots. So it's not like it's bad. It's just the Triple Palace definitely let down. People that didn't wildcard and hadn't gone there yet and just rode their teams definitely won out. I mean, people that still had Mbuemo and Wissa instead of Sarr and Mateta looking pretty good tonight. Yes, that's it. Best of luck for Palmer tomorrow. I will not be watching that. I will be watching that game, but I won't be doing a show tomorrow. I'll have a video out later today probably, and then I'll have team selection on Friday, and then the deadline stream on Saturday. So I'll see you all then. Enjoy your evenings. I'm off to the gym because I'm not going back to bed. And on that note, I'll say good night to all the UK